Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to see me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you are able to see me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Yeah, today we'll be talking about undefined as well. Don't worry about it. Okay? Okay, the audio and the video is absolutely clear. Great, amazing guys, amazing. Okay. All good, no issues. Great, amazing. Cool. So how is everybody? Okay, is everything all right with everybody? How was your day? How was your day, guys? It was great, good, amazing. So yesterday the certificates for via Google were sent out, and before that our DevTown certificates were sent out. Now only the Microsoft certificates are left, so that is basically taking a bit time. So just show you guys that. Okay, so those who are who want to connect with me on LinkedIn, they can surely do that. This is the DevTown certificate that had been sent. That is the certificate of appreciation right over here. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, yeah. So this is the certificate of completion that has been sent for the 7 days real estate pricing bootcamp that happened just a few days back. So this is the certificate via DevTown. This is our certificate. After this, the next certificate that was sent out was the Google's certificate. So I think so that has been right over here. People have started posting it on LinkedIn, so it becomes very easy for us as well. So this is the certificate that had been sent via Google, and the Microsoft certificate is still in the process. They haven't sent it out up till this point of time, but they have informed us by in 1 or 2 days they will be sending out the stuff as well. So as you're able to see, in every single bootcamp that we conduct, we have a project at the very end. Every single bootcamp that we conduct, and we suggest students that whatever you are doing in the bootcamp, whatever you are learning from the bootcamp, especially the projects, you should be posting it out on LinkedIn as well. It basically shows your connections, what you're currently learning, and how you are learning it as well. So, for example, if I'm a recruiter from a particular company and I'm seeing that, okay, you're working on new projects and you're working on a particular technology that is important for my company, I might approach you as well. So that is how you form connections on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is not basically just a social media platform. It has right now become a platform for professionals at the end of the day. So having your LinkedIn account is, guys, very important. Make your LinkedIn account properly, put up all the details properly as well, and that would be extremely beneficial for you guys at the end of the day. Okay. So could you make a video about LinkedIn? Sure, I will definitely try to do that. Okay. Okay. Farzam, I'm not Russian. I know a bit of Russian. I had a friend who was Russian, so I know a bit about it. And I can understand it at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't know Russian. Okay. So how many of you? Okay, so I think so I've introduced myself previously as well. Okay, and yesterday, can somebody let me know what are the different topics that we learned yesterday, guys? Please let me know. Can somebody let me know what are the different topics that we discussed yesterday, guys? Please let me know. Can somebody let me know, guys? What are the different topics that we discussed yesterday? Okay, alerts, prompts, variable. Okay, data types. Good. Console. Okay, concatenation. Great. Okay, so these were some of the topics that we discussed yesterday. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to move further with that, and we'll be starting out with functions, understanding how to build what are functions, how to build functions, what are the different types of functions that exist, and along with that, what is that undefined that we are getting while writing our code and running our code in the console. That is what we are going to understand today. Okay. So let me know, guys. Should we start off with our today's class? Please let me know. Should we start off with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Great, amazing, amazing. So let's continue from right over there. Let me just open up the same. Okay, we want to use the inspect element. So yesterday we were writing most of our code in our console. Let me just open up the live chat on my phone so that I'm able to see you guys as well. Okay, just give me a second. Let me just open up the live chat. Okay, great. Let's continue from right over there. Okay, so right now, whatever code that we were writing previously in yesterday's class, we were doing it in console. Now, after writing every single line of code, it executed that code itself. For example, right over here, if I'm writing console.log and then I'm writing hello world. Now I want to log this, like I want to write 4 or 5 lines of code. Then it wasn't possible for me. As soon as I'm pressing enter to go to the next line of code, it executed that line of code immediately for me. Now what if I want to write like 3 console log, one after the other, and execute it simultaneously? Okay, so just writing 1 console log and just going to the next line of code, I want to write 3 console logs and move further from right over there and execute it simultaneously. What should I do? For that, you have to write console.log. Okay, and then I'm having my hello world right over there. I'll just copy this entire line of code so that I don't have to write it again. Now to go to the next line of code, to not execute this line of code and go to the next line of code, what you have to do is you have to click on shift enter. Okay, instead of just pressing enter. So as soon as I'm pressing enter, it executes this line of code. I don't want to execute this line of code. I want to go to the next line of code. To be able to do that, you have to click on shift enter, guys. Okay, as you are able to see, instead of executing that line of code, we have entered shift enter and we were able to go to the next line of code itself. I can write my next line of code, then again I can just to go to the next line of code, I will again type shift enter. Okay, instead of just using enter, we are going shift enter. Again I will write my code. Now if I want to execute all these 3 lines of code simultaneously, I just have to press enter and that will execute all the 3 lines of code for me at once. That is, we are getting hello world and hello world as our answer right over here. But as you're able to understand from this, like this is a very like tedious thing. Okay, this is a very tedious thing. This is not a right way to actually like do everything properly. Okay, because if you are writing this, if you have like 150 200 lines of code at any point of time, it will become very difficult for you to maintain your code. Okay, just to make sure that every time you are pressing shift enter to the next line of code, every time you are reloading or recaching your entire website, all your code is lost. Okay, you don't want that. Okay, you want your code to persist. You want your code to be written in such a way that it persists in the background. Okay, you are able to write your code at once easily, and then whenever you want to run that code, you are able to do that. So console is not the right place, because if by mistake you are writing 150 lines of code, you are at 50 lines of code itself. As soon as you are pressing enter, it will execute that 50 lines of code, and then you will have to again copy paste the entire thing and then start writing once again. So that is a very huge deal. This is a very huge problem. Okay, and you don't want that. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to, instead of using console, we will be writing our code somewhere else, and that is we have to choose sources. Okay, you're having your console, elements, sources, network, and so on and so forth. So just click on sources, guys. Okay, just click on sources. Okay, inside of sources, as you're able to see, if it is coming up like this, you have to click on this left side button, top left side button, right? You are able to see right over here. You have to click on show navigator. The name of this button is show navigator. So if I'm clicking on this particular line of button right over here, we are getting these two arrows on the top left corner. We're getting these two arrows on the top left corner, guys. So if I'm clicking on this right over here, you have to have having options like pages, file systems, overrides, content scripts, and snippets. Okay, so you have to choose snippets from right over there and then create a new snippet. Okay, you have to create a new snippet. Okay, you have to create a new snippet. We'll call the snippet as index. You can call it as anything, Shaurya.js, maybe Manas.js, anything that you want. Okay, so I'm usually, as this is our main JavaScript file, we're going to name it as index.js. Now the JS extension that you are able to see at the end, okay, the JS extension that you are able to see at the very end, this is the same as you are having a doc file. So it's like the OX extension at the end, .ppt, .pdf. That is basically the type of file, okay, that it exists. So this .js basically means that this is a JavaScript file. You'll be writing all your JavaScript code right over here. Okay, so if I'm writing my code right over here, let's say I'm writing alert. So let's say I'm having var name is equals to prompt what is your name, question mark, and then you are having an alert as well. As you're able to see, I can just type out my entire code normally, just like you are using any documentation. You are able to talk your entire code normally as well. You don't need anything special for it. You don't need to make sure that you are pressing shift enter or something like that. I'm just normally typing out my code. So I'm adding alert high space plus name plus, I'm using concatenation right over here to be able to give an idea. How are you? Okay, so as you're able to see, I'm just writing my prompt as well as my alert in the same file. Now this is getting saved in this file called as index.js. My code is getting saved inside this file called index.js. To run this particular line of code properly, what you have to do is you have to click on this particular play button on the bottom right corner. As you are able to, on the bottom, like in the middle of the thing itself, you will be able to see this play button. Okay, you will be able to see this play button right over here. So as soon as you are clicking on this, this entire file, that is index.js file, will start executing. Whatever the code is right over there, it will start executing right over there. So you are having this prompt, that is what is your names. I will be writing Shaurya. Okay, and as soon as I'm clicking enter, you are able to see that we are getting the alert as well. That is the second line of code inside our index.js saying, hi Shaurya, how are you? Okay, so as you're able to understand from this that it's pretty simple. This concept of having a JavaScript file where you are able to go and type all your code right over there and then just click on a particular button to be able to execute those lines of code properly is a concept that is very simple. Now, advanced concept of this mechanism is basically your IDE, okay, or integrated development environment, and we will be learning about it from tomorrow's class. Like I said, guys, do not rush. Okay, I'm also not a noob. I'm not a particular person who is like, yeah, I just know this. Of course, I'm also using an IDE, but I like to take things from the utmost scratch, because if you're not able to understand all these concepts as a web developer, later on you will be spending 30-40% of your entire time living in this inspect element itself, because you will have to debug your entire application. So familiarizing yourself with this, you might not be able to understand it, why I'm doing this right now. But if you are pursuing your career in the future in full stack web development or even in front end web development, you will be spending 30 to 40% of your entire time in this inspect element itself. That is the reason why I start from the utmost scratch, even though we will not be, of course, doing debugging in this particular boot camp. But I like to take things from scratch so that you guys are able to inculcate that habit of trying to understand things from the basics itself, building your basics and concreting it properly. Okay, so please try to make sure that you guys are able to follow everything up till this particular point of time. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time, guys? Please do let me know. So games, like you can build games in JavaScript, you can even build games in C#, you can build games in Python. Okay, that's totally up to you. But if you're taking up Unity as an example, then yes, you will be coding mostly in C#. Great, guys. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so once we have completed this, let's move on to the next topic. That is, let me open up some paint. Let's try to understand functions. Okay, just like variables. What are variables? Variables are basically containers that contain some value. Okay, you will be able to agree with this, the statement that variables are basically containers that contain some particular value right over there. Okay, so why are we using the inspect mode? Can you tell us? Sai Krishna Goli, I can tell you right now, but this is not the right time to tell you guys. On the third day, I will be letting you guys know why I was using inspect. Okay, basically, you cannot directly use JavaScript anywhere. Okay, so JavaScript was built for the browser. JavaScript can only execute within the browser itself, not within your local laptop. So why is that the case, and how can we make sure that we are able to execute JavaScript in your local laptop? That is something that we'll be learning tomorrow. Like I said, guys, everything that I'm teaching you guys is from the utmost basics. So please be very patient while you are learning with me. You will think you will have thousands of questions, but most of those questions I will be answering slowly and steadily, because I cannot happen to be on the first day and just answer everything together. Then you will not be able to learn anything. You will not be able to grasp anything. To be able to understand the essence of things, you have to give it some time. Okay, right over here, as you're able to see, so variables are basically containers that create some value. Okay, that contain some value inside of it. Similarly, functions are also containers. They're a type of variables itself, but instead of containing value inside of it, it contains pieces of code. So there are two functions that we have already seen. Let's take up the example of the alert function, guys. Let's take up the example of alert function. Alert is also a function that has already been created for you by the developers of JavaScript. Okay, alert is a particular function that has already been created for you. Somebody has created this function while creating JavaScript in its entirety. So now how this alert basically works. Okay, so to bring an alert to your screen, at the end of the day, you have to contain a piece of code inside of it. Now you could write your own alert as well. You could create your own alert as well just by typing these 100 lines of code. These 100 lines of code, you could have easily typed it out and you will be able to create the alert on your screen. But is it easy? Okay, is it easy to use directly a particular word alert, or to write 100 lines of code every single time you want to create an alert? Which is easy, guys? Which is easy? Do you want to create the entire, like, you want to create an alert? Do you want to write 100 lines of code every single time from scratch whenever you want to create an alert, or you want to directly use the keyword alert to be able to show an alert to your screen? Which is easy? Using an alert keyword is very easy. That is the function of functions. Okay, basically this function contains these 100 lines of code inside of it. Whenever you are using a variable, whenever you are using rent, it refers to 1500. Maybe this particular value stored inside of rent is 1500. Whenever you are using rent as a variable, it refers to 1500 inside of it. Similarly, whenever you are using alert, it refers to the 100 lines of code that has been saved inside of it. And that is the function of functions, guys. That is the function of functions, to be able to reduce the repeated code that you have to write. Okay, the use of functions is to be able to reduce the repeated code that you have to write, as well as optimize it further on, Now alert is a function. Okay, prompt is a function. Okay, these are the functions that we have seen up till this very point of time. And so these are inbuilt functions. These are functions that have already been created for you guys to use. But what if I want to create my very own function? What if I want to create my very own function? So for that as well, I can do that in any programming language, but we will be learning it in JavaScript. So let's go back and see that as well. Okay, so let's remove this. And let's create a, so let's not remove this. So we want to create a function called as greeting. Okay, we want to create a function called as greeting, which will contain these 2 lines of code inside of it, where you will get a prompt where you have to write what is your name, and then you get an alert. Okay, so every time a user is coming to your platform, every time a user is coming to your platform, you want to show this greeting to him, that okay, what is your name? Hi, Shaurya, how are you? Okay, you want to show this greeting. So again, we need to increase the reusability of this particular code. So we are going to create it as a function called as greeting. Okay, we are going to create Abhinav, Dev are like I've obviated the Hotstar clone project has already been uploaded, guys. Like, please pay attention. Okay, so right over here we are going to convert it into a function. So what we are going to do is, just like when we were creating variables, we used to start from var. Okay, we used to declare that okay, we are going to create a variable. Similarly, right over here as well, we are going to create a function. So we are going to have function function. The name of the function, okay, so right now the name of the function we have decided to be greeting, greeting. Greeting, that is the name of the function. And there are no parameters. So what is this parameter? We'll be talking about it later on. Right now we don't care about these parameters. Okay, so this is how you create a function, guys. This is how you create a function. You're having you're first stating that okay, whatever I'm creating right now, this is a function. Okay, this is a function right over here. I'm naming this particular function, just like you name a variable. I'm naming this function right over here. And now whatever code this function needs to contain, okay, whatever code this function needs to contain, we have to take these 2 lines of code and put it inside the function itself. Okay, take these 2 lines of code and put it out inside the function. And this is how you are easily able to create a function. Okay, this is how you are easily able to create a function right over here. This is one of the most basic functions that you can create. Okay, you're first declaring that this is a function. Okay, this is a function that you are going to create. Okay, you are having the name of the function, that is greeting. Okay, then you are having this 2 lines of code that is present right over here itself. Okay, Tushar Gar, Abhinav, Dev, please go on the YouTube channel. You will be able to see the Hotstar clone project. Okay, please don't be dumb. Please try to be a bit more like intelligent and be able to identify problem statements properly. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, this is a very basic function that we have created called as greeting. Okay, but if I'm running my code, nothing is happening. If I'm running my code, nothing is happening right over here. Why is that the case? Okay, why is that the case? I'm running my code, but nothing is happening right over here. Now this is called as declaring a function. You have just made the function itself. Okay, you have just made the function. You just declared that okay, this is the function name and this is the code that it contains. To be able to use that function, okay, to be able to use that function, you will have to call it. Okay, just like for example, I've declared that okay, this particular person is Shaurya Sinha and he has worked in so and so companies. So I've just declared myself that okay, this particular person is Shaurya Sinha. To be able to talk to me or to be able to call, like make me do something, you will have to first call me. You'll have to say, okay, Shaurya, do something. Okay. So you will have to say something to me. You will have to call me. Similarly, right over here as well, you've just declared the function. You have just defined the function. You will have to call this function as well. To be able to call that function, you just have to write the name of the function, greeting, then the parenthesis, and that's it. This is how you are able to call a function and tell you that, okay, so you can start working with this. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So now if I am clicking on the play button, okay. Now if I'm clicking on this play button right over here, you're having what is your name? So I'm getting the prompt. So I'm writing Shaurya right over here. And then I'm also getting the alert that is, hi Shaurya, how are you? So we have created our very first function called as greeting. Okay, we have created our very first function called as greeting. Now, think about a function as a party. Okay, think about a function as my birthday party. Okay, so whenever you are having a party right over here, let us draw a party. Okay, and so this is our function, and think about it as a party itself. It looks like party. Okay, think about it as a party. Okay, so in a party itself, whenever you are coming, okay, whenever you are coming to a party, do you come up empty handed? Okay, you bring a gift for the particular person who has the party. So me, I'm a very like money minded person. Okay, I'm a particular person who's like, hey, I want gifts on my birthday. Yeah. Okay, like that looks like a middle finger. So like, let's remove that. Okay, let's put up some gifts right over here. So I'm like, I want gifts. Okay, I'm like on my invitation cards as well, I'm writing, if you're not coming up with gifts, don't come inside. Okay, so you bring in some gifts to the particular person who is currently running. So right now, maybe when you are creating this particular function, you have a gift from your end. Okay, you have a gift from your end as well. Now that gift is the age of that particular person. So somewhere when he was previously visiting our website, he had already put in his age before getting like what is your name. He has already given his age at the end of the day. So that age is with us. Maybe let's say, like, let's take my age, like 24 right over here. If I'm getting my age right over there, that 24, and I'm giving it as a gift to my function, I'm giving it as a gift inside my party itself. This is the door. Okay, think about this particular parameter when you're calling the function as a particular door right over there. You're bringing this gift inside, so you will have to name this gift as well. So this is called as a parameter. Okay, this is called as parameter or attribute to that particular function. So the parameter is age. Okay, the parameter is age. Without age, you will not be able to enter into the function itself. So right over here, your greeting is age. Now that is 24 right over here. Hello, what is your name? And I will remove this and put up your age is space and then addition age. Okay, so whatever parameter that I'm passing, okay, whatever parameter or whatever attribute or whatever gift I'm passing to the function, you will be able to utilize it in the function itself. You will be able to utilize it in the function. First of all, you need to declare that the name of this particular attribute or I forgot. The name of this particular attribute is basically age right over here. So you'll be able to use this age inside your function as well. You'll be able to use this age inside the function as well. Okay, so parameter or argument or attribute, you can call it as anything. Okay, so if I'm running this particular line of code right over here, I'm getting what is your name, Shaurya, and I'm also getting, hi Shaurya, your age is 24. Okay, hi Shaurya, your age is 24. Okay, so if I'm pressing OK right over here, I've created my first thing. Now I can do anything with that particular age. I can do anything with that particular age right over here. So for example, var dog age is equals to let's say, I don't know how to calculate dog age, but like I'm just guessing age multiplied by 1.5 right over here. No, divided by 1.5. And I'm basically calculating my age in dog years. So your age in dog years is, so I can reassign my age right over here. So I can just do dog age. Okay, So what I'm doing right over here is I'm using this gift that I've got, using this parameter that I've got, I'm dividing it by 1.5. I don't know how to calculate dog age, okay, but I'm just guessing this is the case. And then I'm just assigning it to another variable called as dog age, and I'm just printing my age in dog years. So now if I'm running this particular line of code again, you're getting Shaurya, and I'm getting Shaurya, your age in dog years is 16. Okay, your age in dog years is 16. Okay, so as you're able to see, you are able to manipulate the gift as well, because now it is your party. If you want to open it before the your friends, if you want to wait for everybody to go home, and then it's like a normal child, your parent is forcing you to open it inside a closed room in front of them, taking a note of all the gifts, which gift has been given by which particular person, then that is also a case that you can do. Okay, whatever you are doing inside the function is totally up to you. Okay, so now you have coming up to a particular party with a gift. Of course you will be leaving a party with a return gift as well. So I won't be sending you off like empty handed. I'll be giving you a return gift, a smaller return gift, but I will be giving you a return gift so that you are also happy that yes, I also got something. It might be a pen, it might be a compass box, or depending upon the age, it might be a liquor bottle. So whatever return gift that you are currently getting, okay, whatever return basically you are getting, you are leaving the entire thing, you are leaving the entire party, you are leaving the entire function with a return gift as well. So you need to give that return gift to the user. Okay, so let us look at something, up till now whatever we have seen. Okay, just think about the alert function. So the alert function, okay, whenever you are running the entire alert function, you were providing it with a particular attribute. You were providing it with a particular attribute right over here. Are you able to see this? Okay, this alert function had an attribute, but it didn't had any return statement. Okay, it didn't give you anything back. It just showed you the alert. That's it. It was taking a gift. It was taking a gift from you. It was showing it to just give me some water as well. As you're able to see, you are getting an alert. Okay, you're getting an alert, but and it is showing, it is utilizing this prompt as well. It is utilizing this attribute and showing it inside the alert, but it is not giving you anything back. Okay, what do I mean by giving something back? Okay, let's try to understand this. For example, prompt. Okay, for example, prompt is there. Okay, when you are running prompt, what is your name? Okay, so basically prompt, what is prompt doing? Prompt is also showing you an alert. It is also taking in an attribute right over here. It is showing that attribute inside the prompt. Okay, and whatever input that the user gave, it returned it back to you. Okay, it gave you a return gift as well. That is the input by user. Okay, it gave you an input by user. Okay, that is the return statement that he had. Okay, that is what you get back from executing this particular prompt. When you were executing prompt, you got something back. Let us look at this. Okay, let us look at this inside our console. So as you're able to see, if I am running my prompt, okay, prompt prompt, what is your name right over here? So I'm running this particular function. Okay, I'm giving an attribute as well. That is what is your name. I'm giving a parameter. That is what is your name right over here. If I'm entering it, I'm getting the alert box. Inside of it, I can write my name. So Shaurya right over here. As soon as I'm pressing enter, you are getting something back in the console. You're not getting undefined. You're not getting undefined right over here. As you're able to see, is there an undefined right over there? No. You're getting something back from the execution of the function. Once you're leaving the function, once you have executed the function and you're leaving the party, you're getting a return gift back. That is Shaurya right over here. But if I am writing alert, I'm writing alert right over here. Let's say alert, just remove this up. Okay, if I'm writing an alert right over here, that is alert hello world. If I'm running this line of code, I'm getting the alert. I'm getting hello world right over there. I'm pressing enter. Okay, okay as well. But I'm not getting anything back from the function. I'm not getting anything back from the function. After executing this, I'm not getting anything back. Okay, so that is where you're getting undefined. That is, you're not getting anything back from the function. You're not getting anything back from the function, guys, as you're able to see. You're getting undefined right over here. So for another example, right over here, we are having the greeting function. Okay, we are having the greeting function. Let us use this greeting function right over here. So greeting, okay, then my age, let's say 18 right over here. Okay, so I'm having this particular function called as greeting. I'm executing this particular function called as greeting 18. As soon as I'm pressing enter, I'm getting what is your name. So I'm writing Shaurya right over here. And I'm getting hi Shaurya, your age in dog years is 12. So I'm executing this particular function right over here. But like just like alert, it is not returning, it is not giving me any return gift. I'm sad, I'm leaving the party empty handed, and that empty handedness is the undefined. You're not getting anything back, you're not getting anything back. Okay, so that is what they are doing right over here. Okay, this is what you're getting. Like it's the same thing, like you're not, there's nothing. Okay, there's nothing right over there, so it's undefined. You're not getting anything back. So to get something back, okay, now for example, when you were like running a low prompt, okay, so you were getting the input by the user as your return. Okay, you were getting the input from the user as yours, so you're getting that as your return gift. Okay, so let us see right over here, you were getting back the input by the user. Now this getting something back is what you can store into a variable. This getting something back is what you were able to store in a variable. Okay, so when you are running the prompt statement, you are running the prompt statement, you are able to get something back from the prompt statement. You were able to get something back from the prompt statement, and that you were able to save inside a variable itself. So as we have previously created, okay, as we have previously created, so we were writing var name is equals to prompt what is your name. So whatever was returned back from the prompt statement, whatever was returned back from the prompt statement, that was saved inside the variable name called as name. It was saved inside the variable name called as name right over here. So right now if I'm executing this particular line of code, I'm getting sure, so that is not coming up on our screen. Why is that the case? Why are we again getting undefined? Okay, why are we again getting undefined? Because what was returned back, okay, what was returned back from the prompt statement, that was now saved into the name, okay, variable. Whatever we were getting back, whatever returns, it's just like you were leaving the party and somebody just took your gift away and ran, or somebody stole your gift, return gift. You will feel sad. Okay, again you're leaving the party with nothing in your hand. That is the same thing that happened. Like for example, you visited my party with your like smaller brother. Okay, you were visiting your party with the smaller brother as well. While returning, while leaving the party, I gave you both some return gifts. Okay, your smaller brother took your return gift as well. Now what you are left with? You are left with nothing. You are again leaving empty-handed. So that is why you have got this undefined right over here. But that name Shaurya is now saved. Your return gift is now saved inside of the name variable. So if I'm doing console.log, if I'm just writing name as well, I to write console.log. As you're able to see, name now shows the Shaurya. Name now shows Shaurya right over here. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Vary, you don't get a certificate for every day that you're visiting. Are you like insane or something like that? You get one certificate for the, I've already explained you yesterday. You get one certificate for 7 days of attendance, and then two certificates for your 7 days of attendance and correct project submitted. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So now how can we give out return statements? Okay, how can we give out like return gifts from our function? We have like created our function as well. How can we give the return statement? How can we give the return gifts? Okay, again very easy. For example, you want to give out the dog age. Okay, you want to give out the dog age as the return gift. Okay, so very easy right over here. You just have to write return. return, and after return you just have to write your, what do you want to return, what do you want to give out as a return gift. I want to give out my dog age. Okay, I want to return my dog age right over here. Okay, so I'm returning. Now this function basically returns your dog age. Okay, it gives back the your age in dog years as the return gift right over there. So if I'm going to my console once again, I'm running this particular line of code that is greeting, and then greeting 24 right over here. If I'm running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, what is your name? Sure, your dog age is 16 years, blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting 16 on my screen. Okay. I'm getting 16 on my screen. So why you are getting undefined right over here? Because whatever return statement that was there, whatever you got from the prompt is now getting saved immediately into the name. So after executing this entire line, are you getting something back? Are you, after executing var name is going to prompt, what is your name? Are you getting something back? No. Whatever you were getting it only after executing prompt, and that too you have now saved in name. So after executing the entire statement, you're not getting anything back. Console is not getting anything. That is why you're getting undefined right over here. Okay, whereas when you're running greeting 24, you're getting 16 back. That is your dog age. Okay, and you can run this as well. So var age dage is equals to greeting and then like 22 or something like that. So I'm running this particular line of code. Okay, running this particular line of code, you will be able to get your age in dog years is 14.66666, and that is now getting saved in dage. So if I'm writing dage right over here, as you're able to see, we are getting 14.66666 that we have put that up right over here, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. You guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So why did you got 16? So basically because of the mathematics that we did right over here. So var dog age is equals to age divided by 1.5. So if you're putting your age as 24, it will divide it by 1.5, that will give you 16, and that is what you are returning right over here. Okay, that is what you are returning right over here, and that is the answer that you are getting. Okay, so whatever I've told you guys, okay, it's very simple. You have created a function, you're giving a gift, you want a return gift from that particular function. So that is the entire statement that we have repeating. If you want a return gift, you just put a return statement at the end of the function. If you want a return gift, you just put up an return statement at the end of the function, and that will give you a return gift. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, great. And whatever you want to do in the function, you can of course do that. Okay, of course you can take up multiple parameters as well. For example, I want to take up address. Again, you can take up address as well as one of the parameters. So for doing that, let us keep in dog age plus take this plus to the next line. You live in, okay, as you're able to see, we can take up multiple parameters as well, guys. You're taking up sir, I'm not getting 16. Okay, so you are doing, okay, yeah, mathematics. It's just mathematics, man. You're taking up the age as 24. You're putting it up right over here. Var dog age is equals to age divided by 1.5. You're saving it up in dog age. That's basic mathematics. Okay. Okay. So right over here, as you're able to see, we are also able to take up multiple parameters as well. So just taking up age, instead of just taking up age, we're taking up multiple parameters, that is like address as well. So you're doing that, if you're doing multiple addresses, so what you have to do is, when you're going into console right now, when you're writing greeting 24, you have to put up the address as well. So Bangalore, okay, I'm putting up my address as Bangalore. So right over here in this particular function, we are taking up two parameters, the age as well as the address, the age as well as the address right over here. So I'm giving two gifts to the function. I'm running this little line of code. I'm having Shaurya. So I'm getting, hi Shaurya, your age in dog years is 16. You live in Bangalore. And I'm getting back the 16 as well, because in our return statement, I'm getting 16 back. Okay. Are you guys able to understand? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Again, guys, I'm suggesting you guys do not code along with me. Never go along with me. If you are coding along with me, 90% of the people coding along with me won't be able to understand stuff, and they will be skipping out on the stuff that I'm doing because you were coding when I was explaining. You won't be able to understand anything, and those kind of people I also can't help, because on the first day itself I've told you guys never to code along with me. Always listen to me properly, always understand everything that I'm saying. If you're coding along with me, 90% of the people coding along with me won't be able to understand anything. Okay, so let's try to understand. So this is where we'll be stopping with the functions. Okay, now up till now we were coding only in our browser. Up till now we were using our browser to code. And why is that the case? Okay, why were we not coding in a an IDE like VS Code or Atom or some other IDE that you are using at any point of time? Let's try to understand this. So JavaScript was basically created as a particular language that lives in the browser itself. Okay, JavaScript was created as a particular language that just lives in the browser. So you are able to run JavaScript natively only in a browser itself, because browser has the capabilities, the tools that are necessary to help JavaScript execute. Okay, to help JavaScript run at the end of the day. You won't be able to execute like C++ or something like that in our browser. You will have to install some different stuff to be able to do that natively. Okay, but JavaScript was built for the browser itself, and that is the reason why we were writing all our code in the browser and we were able to like run that. Just think about it. So think about the browser. Okay, think about the browser as the planet Earth. Okay, think about the browser as the planet Earth. So this is your browser. Okay, and you as a human being, right over here, you are able to live inside the browser because of all the tools and technologies that are associated with the browser itself. You are able to live inside the browser, you are able to do everything inside the browser because of all the tools and technologies that exist along with the planet Earth, that is the atmosphere. Okay, so but as soon as I'm like taking you guys out from the browser, so this is your JavaScript. Okay, this is your JavaScript right over here. Okay, this is your JavaScript. As soon as I'm taking you out from the browser, I'm putting you inside your computer or inside a server to run. That is your space. This is your JavaScript that you're putting it up inside the space itself. So this is your space. Okay, this is the entire space right over here, and you're putting it up inside. So that space is basically your computer. Okay, your VS Code or whatever the IDE that you're using. Yeah, as soon as I'm putting it up right over there, it will immediately die because humans cannot survive in space. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Humans cannot survive in space. Are you able to understand this concept, guys? Please let me know. So as soon as I'm like taking JavaScript out and putting it up inside my computer, inside an IDE to run, that is inside a space, your human being will immediately die because that IDE or that computer does not have the right tools to help our human being to survive, to help JavaScript to actually run right over there. And that is where human beings were very good and very thoughtful, and science was developing way beyond what we could imagine. And then they came up with a spacesuit. Now, this spacesuit basically provided all the ideal conditions for a human being to live inside our computer as well. The spacesuit provided the ideal conditions for a human being to be able to survive in our space as well. Okay, so that is the role of the spacesuit. And here the spacesuit is basically called as Node.js. Node.js is basically the spacesuit that is needed, okay, for our JavaScript to survive and run inside our computer as well. Think about Node.js as an it is not an ideal representation of the atmosphere. It is not the ideal representation. A space suit is not the ideal representation of the atmosphere that is there on Earth. Okay, but it provides some additional features to your human body as well. Okay, it has some additional features to human body as well. Okay, the same thing goes on with Node.js. Node.js provides a environment. Node.js provides JavaScript an environment where it is able to execute and run beyond the browser. Okay, where you are able to take it out from a jail, that is your browser, and you're able to set it free anywhere. And that is the role of Node.js. Okay, so that basically provides an environment where your JavaScript is able to run free. Okay, now this Node.js that you are able to see right over here, okay, this Node.js also provides some additional features to JavaScript. Node.js also provides some additional features to JavaScript as well. Now that everything is something that will come up in a backend development bootcamp that we will be visiting. So Node.js is basically built for providing you guys like a backend solution, okay, for creating backend solution. But this is a front-end web development. This is where we are learning ReactJs. Why are we talking about Node.js, guys? Because we need to code. When we are coding JavaScript, okay, we will have to execute it as well. And when you want to execute it, you will have to do it inside your local laptop. Okay, when you want to create a website, you're basically writing your JavaScript code. And when you're writing a JavaScript code inside a local laptop, you're not doing it inside a browser. To be able to execute that code, you need to provide JavaScript that environment. So for even developing front-end websites, you need to have Node.js installed in your laptop so that you are able to execute and run and create your JavaScript-based code on a local laptop. And that is the reason why we were not doing JavaScript from the very first day on your local laptop. We were learning how to use JavaScript inside the browser because the browser already has the tools and technologies that is basically able to support the JavaScript itself, support and run JavaScript natively. But if you want to run it inside a local IDE or integrated development environment, like what I use is VS Code, I will suggest you guys to use VS Code as well. Okay, so for those who want to do it locally, I will suggest you guys to just install VS Code right over here. This is one of the best IDEs that is available. I previously used to use Atom, okay, but I used to spend most my time tinkering around with Atom rather than coding. So I basically shifted to VS Code right now. So definitely do that, okay. And inside of that, we'll have to install Node.js so that we are able to write and execute our JavaScript code. That is the entire use of Node.js for our bootcamp. Okay, that is the entire use of Node.js for our bootcamp. We don't need to understand anything more about Node.js. It just provides an environment on our local laptop so that we are able to execute our JavaScript code. Okay, so the next thing that we need to understand is not everyone attending this bootcamp has a laptop. Okay, we have to be considerate towards them as well. Not everyone attending this particular bootcamp has a laptop, and most of them would be having a smartphone. Everybody has a smartphone at the end of the day. Everybody who is coming to this particular bootcamp has a smartphone, but maybe like you might not have a laptop at the end of the day. But I want you guys to be able to learn. I want you guys to be able to practice, because coding is not just about learning. It is also able to implement it. That is, you need to practice it as well. So whatever we will be doing, okay, you can do it locally, but we will be using a website called as Code Sandbox. We'll be using a website called as Code Sandbox. So why we are using this is you can code your entire project as well as the whatever we are learning from your mobile phone, from your iPad, from your laptop, from your desktop, from your TV that has internet as well. You can do it from anywhere else. Okay, so that is the reason why we will be using Code Sandbox. Code Sandbox provides you an online IDE with all the dependencies pre-installed for you. Okay, so basically whatever you are doing locally, if you want to continue doing it locally, that's totally up to you, but I will suggest you guys to use Code Sandbox. Why is that the case? Because now you're not using your laptop's resources for coding. So whatever dependency that you want to install, so Code Sandbox creates an entire IDE for you. So if I'm selecting React right over here, it already installs the dependencies for us. It already creates everything for us, and we can just start learning. We don't have to focus upon, okay, what are the things that I need to install and all those kind of stuff. It already installs all the dependencies. It creates an entire IDE, an online IDE for us to use directly. We don't have to install VS Code. We don't have to install Atom. We don't have to do anything. We can directly use this to start coding, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Yeah, Replit is also a great platform to use, Pianchi, but usually I suggest Code Sandbox because I found sometimes that Replit crashes frequently, and Code Sandbox I found it to be very reliable at the end of the day. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. So we'll keep today's class up till here itself. Okay. Again, guys, do like the video before showing the attendance link. Please do like the video, guys. It really helps us a lot. Okay, I've explained to you why as well. Okay. So if you got some 1 or 2 minutes, please do like the video, guys. And then I will show you the attendance link for today, guys. Okay. Were you guys able to understand everything that I taught to you guys today? Please let me know. Were you guys able to understand everything that I taught to you guys today? Please let me know, guys. Yeah, of course I watch anime. Like, weep. Okay, so do like the video, guys. So moving on further, as we have completed today's class, okay, please do like the video so that we are able to move further with the class as well, guys. And I will be showing you the attendance after that. There are almost 1900 students right now live with us. So I expect that at least we will be able to get 1600 likes. Once we are able to reach that aim, then we will have the attendance as well. Okay. Can we use Sublime Text? Surely, man, you can definitely do that as well. Why in Hotstar clone JS has been used? There is no JS in the class. Akshit, that JS is basically there to enhance the functionality of the HTML CSS, to have the carousel, to have the data that you want to put right over there. Okay, so that is the reason why we had to put up a little bit of JavaScript. So that is meant to be like something that you can directly type out. Okay, you don't need to understand. The main would be just for your HTML and CSS. Okay. uh, Code Sandbox is not something that you have to install. Okay, that's a website, guys. Code Sandbox is not a thing that you have to install. That is a website, guys. Okay. So please provide us video recordings. What, guys? I'm not able to understand that. Will you be teaching ReactJs from scratch? Of course, Ramesh. Like you have already seen, we were learning JavaScript from scratch. So of course, we'll be learning that from scratch as well. Okay, do you watch One Piece? No, man, I haven't started watching One Piece. Right now, I was watching Dr. Stone, and I'm right now reading the manga for Dr. Stone as well. Amazing anime, guys. Amazing. Okay. So will you tell us how to deploy? Harsh Agrawal, that is the best thing with Code Sandbox is that you are all like you can directly deploy it from the Code Sandbox itself. You don't have to do anything else. You can directly deploy it using the Code Sandbox. Okay. Guys, please let's take up the number of likes to 1600. Once we have achieved that, I will show you the attendance link as well. No, man, I haven't watched One Piece up till now. It is on my to watch list, but I haven't done that. One Punch Man, Saitama, amazing guy. Right now, I'm in the manga. Like One Punch Man is something that if you are reading the manga, it's really very amazing. So Dragon Ball Super, then I'm having One Punch Man, then Tokyo Revengers, Irumakun, Demon School, then Doctor Stone. Okay, so these are the mangas that I'm currently reading. Okay. I haven't seen JoJo as well, guys. Naruto, of course, I've already seen Naruto Shippuden, then Boruto as well. I've started seeing that. Stranger Things, I didn't like the like third season for that, so I stopped watching it. Okay, MCU fan, of course. MCU. Uh, oh, I didn't knew Doctor Stone's writer died. Okay, High School DxD again a good anime. You can also watch Hunter x Hunter. That is also a great anime, man. Death Note, amazing. Can you send the PDF notes in our group? Surely, I will definitely like talk to my team. Okay, Sherlock Holmes. I've read all the books, even the new ones. So it's really amazing. If you are into reading novels, it is the place that I would suggest you guys to start. Or else, if you want to read something like if you want to start reading fiction, I think so. You should start with. What is his name? The Krishna's Key. Okay, I don't remember the author for that. Ashwin Sangai. Okay, Krishna's Key by Ashwin Sangai. Start with that. Amazing book, man. Amazing. That was my first novel that I ever read in my life. Okay, that was amazing. Harry Potter, of course, man. Harry Potter is the best. But I feel the new Harry Potter series that is currently coming up, the Dumbledore ones, Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them. I didn't find that as amusing as Harry Potter. I don't know why. I couldn't connect with the story or something like that. Have you seen Doctor Strange? Of course, man. Of course. First day, first show. uh, Okay, so that is one of the things. Secondly, guys, if you want, you can connect with me or DevTown as well on LinkedIn or Instagram. Do that. It will be great so that I'm able to talk to you guys and also interact with you. Okay, now I'll be showing you the attendance link for today. Those who want to stay and just like talk to me, like you're totally invited for the same as well. Okay, never worry about it. So this is today's attendance link, guys. Yeah, of course, man. Naruto and everything like Naruto Shippuden, then Boruto. All these I've already watched. Like I'm currently watching Boruto, so that is the entire thing. How to get that novel to read? You can download the PDF for that. Just go to pdfdrive.com. You will be able to find any book that you want to just think about as well. You will be able to find it on pdfdrive.com. Okay. Is this a free course? Yes, of course, Shubha, Saurabh. This is a free program. Don't worry about it. Okay. My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, amazing. My Hero Academia right now, the arc for the same is currently going on in the manga, the last particular arc, the final arc. And as for Demon Slayer, I've already finished the manga. AOT, amazing, man. Like AOT, like it happened that in the last season, the first part, I started watching it and it was like just like the time skip was so big for me. I couldn't understand anything that was going on. But slowly and slowly, I have to watch it once again to be able to understand it. Okay. All for One versus Endeavor, man, that panel was amazing. Like the prominence burns and everything. Elite Classroom, again, a good anime, guys. Family Guy. That, like, would you classify Family Guy as a anime or as a cartoon? Okay, yeah. So the class is over, guys. Okay, I was just talking to the people who were here right now. So no issues right over there. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll meet tomorrow at the same time at 6 o'clock, and we'll continue from right over there. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to start off with a bit of HTML. Okay. So we'll try to learn a bit of HTML. I think so that will be completed in like 45 minutes or so, and then we'll be starting off with React.js. Okay, so we will get started with that. Thank you so much, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.